Hi creators, it's Doro Kiley with Creation Coach here with you again. Today I did not go for my walk. I mowed the lawn, which is equivalent to going for one of my walks. So I worked up a good sweat and got my exercise in, but I don't have any pictures to share with you today about plants. I could go into my archives and pull something up, but I thought I would just jump right into today's talk. I feel like, well, Russell Brand is bringing it up in many ways. The fact that we are addicted to conveniences, and is that the right way we want to go? This came up with the latest payment method at Whole Foods. You just put your hand over and you don't even have to pull out a wallet. I mean, how much convenience do we need? We've already got fingerprints and face recognition, and unfortunately, all these data points. What you buy for groceries. I mean, everything that's being collected is going into databases that are made available for government or CIA, FBI. I mean, it's available to police. There's some people making little waves, but there's a heavy tsunami going in that direction. That all of the information that we're giving to these systems of identity are collecting our data for in the name of convenience. So that's fun. We can have all the convenience in the world, but what we're doing is we are giving away our sovereignty, because this information, which is the new oil, by the way, the information that is being gathered from all of us, every click, every purchase, every search, is creating personality profiles of all of us, and these are made available to anybody who wants it. Basically, if you've got the right power, enough money. So my question is, are we really wanting to go this way? Because I'm not saying, because I don't know, but I'm going to assume that there aren't any. I can't even do that. But I'm going to say, if there are no nefarious driving intentions behind this, then that's fine, and maybe that's the way it is right now. But with all this information compiled, not only compiled, but ongoing and getting more and more and more, if it does fall into the wrong hands, that's a lot of power to be giving away. I think in a couple of years, they're not going to be making any more cars that are not equipped with what's called kill switches, which are going to be linked into police stations or whatever, to just pull up your car and push a button and it dies. And these are the kinds of technologies that could be used for good, obviously. And if you know who's the bad guy, you can shut them down. But what's happening, and we could see it with the trucker thing in Canada, these truckers were trying to make a point, regarding the mandates of, it's sort of an overreaching of power issue, not because of vaccines. It was the whole mandate problem that, like, don't keep telling us what to do. So that was a big movement. They all, went to Ottawa, and there's by, thousands of people, but it was all very peaceful. And Trudeau enacted the, Criminal Wars Act or something, in order to force the demonstrators out, even though there was no violence or anything. And when he found that money was being sent through digital donators, he was able to shut down all the bank accounts. And that's just an example of what can be done. So, in other words, it was a way of shutting dissent down by controlling their bank accounts. And when he did withdraw the Wars Act, the right for the government to shut down a bank account remained intact, from what I understand. Look it up. I don't know. Tell me wrong. But that's what I understand. And so this is just the beginning of this direction that we are going in. And if we don't wake up, all of this could end up in the wrong hands, even if it's 3 generations down the road, right? This is the turning point now. So, so we're addicted. This is what's happening. We are all addicted to convenience. We need the easiest, the latest, the best, and, starting with, you can go back to, when the dishwasher was invented. And I mean, how much convenience do we need? I think it would be a good idea to get clear on that. It's like, yes, we want this, we don't want that. I could do without this. And because otherwise we're just rolling right into this incredible system that is going to have control over every act of our existence. So let's wake up to that. And the second thing we need to do is recognize our addictions. Okay, do we really need to have a grocery scanner where you don't have to move your arm except for this much, as opposed to this? You don't even need to use your finger anymore. You just like that. I mean, how much convenience do we? Please. Yeah, and these doorbell things. I won't go all down that, but all this stuff that is run on Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, these are all going into the new oil era. This is the new gold. This is what we are being mined for. So when you hear, stories of aliens eating our energy, in a way, that's kind of what this is they're eating our energy. We are becoming so incapable of living. Really, we're losing our humanity. So we are right now. Let me go to this little Maslow's Hierarchy of Needs. I'm going to put this little picture up here. So here we go. At the bottom, we have physiological needs, right? Air, water, food, shelter, sleep, clothing, and reproduction. Okay, that's kind of being on this earth as an animal. And then we have safety needs, of course. So anything in here where convenience can be necessary, it's like convenient to, get your leg set in a cast when it's broken. I mean, these are good things to have. But when it comes to giving away, let's see what else we have here. Giving away your sense of connection. Okay, that's pretty right there in the Maslow's Hierarchy of Needs. That's under love and belonging. We need friendship, intimacy, family, and sense of connection. And I think what's happening is we are losing that. And then all of these other things going up the hierarchy here, esteem. All right, when we have to work $7 an hour or even $15 an hour at McDonald's now, there's no esteem to that. There's no self-esteem when you're just being an automaton, a robot, a cog in the wheel. You're just part of the machine. There's no self-esteem in that. There's no recognition. There's no. I mean, yeah, you can get the Employee of the Month pin. Come on. And above that, self-actualization. That I think can be read in any ways: physical, and spiritual, and obviously corporate, right? Everybody wants to get to the very top. But that, as we know, does not fulfill a lot of their other needs. there's an old saying that it's lonely at the top. You're not really in a community of supportive people. Well, I can't generalize. Obviously, you got support around you, but a lot of times it's paid for. So anyway, not to get too negative on that. I want to go through how do we recognize this addiction and treat it. It's kind of like a food addiction because you don't want to throw out the whole thing. I mean, you need to eat, okay? So, and we like the conveniences. We don't really have to, I don't think, go back to chop wood and carry water. It's good to have phones. It's good to have these things, but what are we giving away and how much do we give away? I think what we've already given away could come back to bite us, but we don't have to keep going in that direction. So somebody asked, and I have mentioned before that I have been down the addiction trail with cigarettes and alcohol. Thank God I was not too far into drugs. Alcohol, I was definitely going down. I'm definitely all the way down until I was able to quit. So, but I credited meditation for my being able to quit my addictions. And I have to clarify that you don't just meditate and then suddenly you stop wanting the drug of choice. What happens is meditation gives you two tools to work with. And these tools are, first of all, it helps you to practice letting go of your thoughts, I know cravings, you can't just let them go, but the second tool that you get is when they first start to arise, you become so mindful that when the craving starts, you can see it instantly. And it's like being at the top of a hill in a car in neutral, and that car just starts to move, just begins to move. You can stop it right there. But if the car is going full speed down the mountain and you don't have any brakes, you're not going to be able to stop it. So catching it right at the beginning, right when you get that feeling like, oh, I've got, I got to drink, or I got to go get a cigarette, or whatever it is. In this case, it's the addiction to convenience. So, we'll just grab a burger on the way home. And so all these conveniences are pulling us down. And I can't give you a formula. I can only say that meditation helps to, one, catch it early and practice letting go. Those are the tools of meditation. The other thing you need in order to get rid of or manage an addiction is community. You need support. I believe this is why 12-step is so successful. It's a built-in community of support. So if you had that naturally in your life, if you're all your neighbors and everybody was like the olden days community, you might find that you were getting enough support just through your neighbors. But we can't do without community. Community is essential. Support is essential. And I'm going to post again, and I've done this before, this rat park experiment that proves that people who have addiction, well, it proves about rats, but the idea is that this can be people as well. People, when you're addicted and you don't have the community and the support, there's no recovery, really. Not, unless you really, what they call in 12-step, really white-knuckling it. You need the support, you need the community, and you need people to help you navigate through those cravings, and to not just navigate through them, but also redirect you, create a new path, create a new direction altogether. So, to recap, we are in a convenience addiction mode in the Western culture right now. And so we need to look at that, try to decipher what we can do without, how far we want to go in this direction, and what we do want to either recapture or retain. So, in summary, meditate. It will help you to notice early on if you really need something, just to feel this thing in your guts about you don't really need this. Okay, so we've got the time and the space to do something ourselves, or hold off till you go into town to a mom and pop's to get something rather than order it on Amazon, whatever it is. So, and the ability to, meditation helps to release the stress, to become well practiced in letting go, releasing. When you're good at that, it really helps a lot with these cravings that keep coming up more and more, because we're being lured in, really. So that, and community. We need community. We really need to bring back our communities. We're all isolated now. We're going into this whole story of separation. We're all alone in our little houses, and it's just not human. So being alone causes addictions for many, many people. And I will post below, again, this video on Rat Park. It proves that addictions can be caused by isolation. So let's take a look at that. And to resolve our convenience addiction, we need to stay creative. Hi creators, it's Dora O'Kiley with creationcoach.com, and I'm on a mission to improve this world through you. If you get anything through these videos, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Stay creative.